Hello, friends. So let's begin with the first question. The organization is forming a team to achieve its strategic objectives. The keyword over here is strategic objectives. Under this context, which of the following answer holds correct? So note here that the organization is forming a team to drive its strategic objectives. So the first option, so whenever it is mentioned strategic objectives, then it has to be portfolio management. Remember this. The first option they have given is program management. Now, program management is to drive different projects with a combined benefit. Then we have portfolio management. So, since strategic objectives is mentioned, portfolio management is the correct answer. Then they have also mentioned project management, which is option number C. Again, project management deals with result, outcome, scope. Then we have operations management. Operation management is again not the correct answer because it deals with the running businesses. So remember here, guys, whenever strategic objectives is mentioned, it has to be portfolio management. Let's move on to the next question. A project manager sends an email the night before a stand-up meeting indicating that they will be joining the meeting via phone. Another team member, known for having the longest commute, is upset that he must drive through the rush hour to make the meeting. How could this situation have been avoided? Firstly, by using the option A is by using multiple communication channels. Now, using multiple, even though if you have multiple communication channels, this problem couldn't have been avoided. So, this is not the correct answer. By updating the information radiator. Now, information radiator is basically used to track the progress of a project. So here it cannot be used. It's like a Kanban board or a burnout chart, burn down chart. So these are basically information radiators, which cannot be used over here. Then by reviewing the team charter. Now, team charter is something that defines the ground rules for every team, what the communication rules are. So basically all the rules that the team must follow while communicating with each other. These are mentioned in the team charter. So this is the correct answer. Then the last option D says by team knowledge sharing. It is totally irrelevant, not the correct answer. So the correct answer over here is option number C. Let's move on. Now, question number 3 says, although the project is performing within its time, scope, and budget constraints, the project manager learns that the project sponsor is unhappy with the progress. What should the project manager have done to avoid this situation? So, here the project is performing very well. It's within the time, scope, and budget. Still, the project sponsor is unhappy. So, while doing a pre-analysis of this question, if suppose the project sponsor is not being updated regularly by the project manager regarding this updates, then then the project sponsor might not feel good about it. So let's consider option A, conducted frequent reviews and assessment to identify and address the potential risk. Now, frequent reviews is what you will not do with the sponsor. You will not keep meeting sponsor again and again for doing this kind of frequent reviews. So definitely this is not the correct answer choice. Then answer choice B says aligned project objectives with the expectation and requirement of the project sponsor. Now here the project is already performing within the time scope and budget. So this option doesn't seem to be a good correct answer choice, because the project sponsor knows that all the criteria are satisfied, so it's well within the expectations. So again, this is not the correct answer choice. Then option number C, communicated regularly with the project sponsor to provide updates and address any concerns. So definitely yes, this was as per our the pre-analysis that we done. So if the project manager should also be a very good communicator to all its stakeholders. That's a key role that project manager has to always play. So if the project manager would have communicated regularly, then this situation would have been avoided in first place. Then let's read option number D. Implemented strict control measures to ensure that the project milestone and deliverables are met. Strict control measures is something that is extreme, that the project manager should not do, not take any kind of extreme step. So this is not a correct answer choice. So finally we are left with option number C, which says about communication. Let's move on to the next question. Question number 4. A project team is working on a complex technology project. A competitor introduces a product with a new feature, forcing the team to make changes to keep their product from becoming obsolete. The team uses software that is outdated and cannot accommodate the development of new feature. As a result, the team must utilize new to market software. The team is eager to get started, but the project manager realizes that the team does not have the experience with the new software. So it is mentioned that the team does not have any experience with the new thing. What should be the project manager do to address this knowledge gap? So the problem over here is knowledge gap. So what to do when you doesn't have any kind of knowledge on a new system? You need to train yourself on the new system. So the first option itself says train the team to use the new software. Yes. Let's also read the other options. Hire a new team members to use the software. If your team is not able to adapt to the new software, then you can think of this option, but not in the first place. First, you will try to train your team, and once the team is not being trained, then only you will try to hire someone new. So, again, this is not a correct answer. Then, option C says ignore the technological advancement. Again, this is an extreme step. You cannot ignore something that is required. Discuss the new features with competitor. Absolutely no. It is a breach of confidentiality, and also it is not something ethical. So the correct answer over here is option number A. Let's move on to the next question. A company that has traditionally used predictive approaches has been experimenting with the use of agile in portions of a project. Because the company has been pleased with the results, the project sponsor now requests that the entire project be converted to agile. So the project sponsor itself is requesting to shift to agile. So what should the project manager do in first place? Option number A says propose that the approach change to agile takes effect for new projects. Now we are not discussing something for the new project. This is an ongoing project. So this is an irrelevant option, not the correct answer choice. Option number B says submit a change control request. Yes. To the change control board. Yes. See, it is already the project sponsor is happy. He wants to shift the entire project to agile. So the first thing that you will do is you will place a change control request. Then option number C says consult the product owner as they might have reasons to continue using the predictive approach. See, the highest authority, the project sponsor, has already approved it. So there is no point in going to the product owner. So again, this is not the correct answer. Then option D says convert the project deliverables to user stories and inform the team. Totally irrelevant. Not a correct answer. The best answer choice is option number B.